you? I'm Tom Menino.
In the beginning, he was just Tommy Menino from Hyde Park, the son of a factory worker, married to a local girl, father of 2 young kids. But Menino had a special knack for making friends and keeping them. Elected to a district seat on the Boston City Council, he spent a decade honing the prodigious work ethic that would become his trademark. And in 1993, he caught his big break. Mayor Ray Flynn was appointed U.S. ambassador to the Vatican, making Council President Menino acting mayor, a springboard to election to a full term that fall. The new mayor faced a full platter of problems. Boston schools were struggling. Persistent homelessness and crime plagued the city. And Menino's efforts to balance the budget caused sometimes ugly friction with local unions. But year by year, street corner by street corner, Menino won the trust and affection of Bostonians. Sharing the wealth of the downtown boom with long-suffering neighborhoods, Menino never forgot, like Roxbury's Dudley Square.
I can remember as a young man coming here with my father and mother shopping at Dutton's and Blair's and buying whoopie pies and going to Furniture, which was a great furniture store at the time. But over the years, that has left us, and we want to bring those days back.
An ardent preservationist, Menino made sure Fenway Park was safe from the wrecking ball, and he practiced what he preached about people working together, joining forces with New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, never a Menino favorite, to found a national mayor's coalition against illegal guns.
I'm proud to be a member of the Democratic Party.
Menino's typically Bostonian skepticism of the establishment was never far from the surface, even about the establishment he was a part of.
Well, partisan politics, it's a thing of the past. It's about what they stand for and what they can do for the American people.
And while he worked hard to bring the Democratic Convention to Boston in 2004, Menino enjoyed making fellow Democrats sweat out his endorsement, a tactic that both enhanced his power and focused their attention on his priorities.
Scott Brown's a good, personable guy. I know him. Well, I've spent some time with him over the years.
And the 2011 national debt ceiling showdown in Washington brought out the bipartisan critic in Menino.
It's totally irresponsible by both parties not to come to agreement on this issue. This is illegal.
Menino's famous temper often flared at the sight of what he saw as corporations placing profit over people. When a 2012 transformer fire cut power to the Back Bay for the second time in 3 months, the mayor minced no words.
Complete arrogance on the part of NSTAR when it comes to servicing their consumer. And we're going to ask the Public Utilities Commission to come down very hard on them because they have to answer the consumer.
And when a local Nike store ignored complaints about drug-glorifying merchandise on display, Menino let them have it.
Arrogance of them. They think they're going to, we could do anything we want, and we don't care about the public.
Some wondered why he was so tolerant of the Occupy protesters who took over Dewey Square in the fall of 2011.
There will be a day when they'll have to leave their campsite, but right now I think what they're doing is sending a loud and strong message to corporate America and to elected officials that we have to change the way we operate our government. I've never been so happy in my life to see the media.
But Menino's anger was always balanced by humor.
Well caught.
And he usually joined in the laughter after yet another trademark mangling of the names of sports figures.
Brady has those wide receivers out there, the Grabowski, Hernandez, Wes Weckler. He has them all.
But as he was breezing to an unprecedented 5th term, health problems began to take hold of the Menino story. He had surgery on both knees, an elbow infection, and a bad reaction to medication. In the fall of 2012, a cascade of health problems put Menino in the hospital for 8 weeks. There was speculation he might not be up to another term.
He's back.
And in his first public appearance after his release from rehab, Menino hinted at the historic decision to come.
I love this job. I'll do it as long as I feel I'm effective. I'm not going to sit at City Hall and be a mayor as a lame duck. This city has so much potential. We've brought it to a point today that it's better than ever. I'm not going to let people say, don't do that, don't do this. We still have challenges.
But Menino's health challenges proved too burdensome. Almost exactly 20 years after Ray Flynn announced he was leaving City Hall, Menino came to Faneuil Hall to make an announcement of his own.
I'm back to a mayor schedule, but not a Menino schedule. And I miss that. I miss it in every event. Ribbon cutting, new homeowners dinner, school play, and chance meetings. Spending so much time in the neighborhoods gives me energy. Being with our residents builds our trust. It may not be the only way to lead Boston, but it's the only way for me. So, I'm here with the people I love. To tell the city I love that I will leave the job that I love.
More than a few tears were shed, but fate wasn't ready to let Menino rest. When the bombs went off at the Boston Marathon finish line, the mayor had to talk his doctors into letting him out of the hospital to help manage the response. And no one could dissuade him from the ordeal of rising to his feet to address the memorial service later that week. That fall, a new mayor was elected. Like Menino and Flynn before him, a neighborhood kid from a working-class background. But Menino wasn't done with civic activism. A new job at Boston University gave him the chance to continue promoting the urban agenda.
I've beat other things back, and I'll beat this one. I'm a fighter.
Then another blow. Menino had cancer and a tough road ahead. And the people of Boston once again showered him with support.
That's what's different about Boston and the other major city in the country. We all know each other, we all care about each other. When something happens to somebody else, they all rally. Look what happened at the Marathon Bomb and how we rally then.
Tom Menino was the undefeated champion of Boston politics, and at times over the years, polls showed he was the most popular politician in the state. The biggest names of his time came courting, but Menino never ran for a higher office and never aspired to fancier trappings than his modest Hyde Park home. He had what he wanted, a way to show his love for his city and its people.
I'm just Tom Menino from Hyde Park. I can't tell you how humbled I am and how lucky I feel. I don't need fancy words to say this to all of you. Thank you. You pulled me through.